Hey everybody, I wanted to make this quick video to show you all how to find sources using the library databases. Sorry, I just realized that the view was super crooked. However, so once you click on the link under the Student Resources tab, it says Need Sources. It's going to bring you to this page, and this is a LibGuide created for our class. And so once you get here, you will see a lot of different databases and different types of databases. So it has literature databases at the top. It also has some multi-subject databases, and then it also has some history databases. Depending on what you are writing about, you may or may not need this information. Okay. So also on this page is going to have some tools and some tips for finding materials, and it'll literally walk you through how to use the library catalog if you were looking for books. And then also it has some information about using the databases. So it talks about what is a database. A lot of people don't know that the library offers databases for free, and you typically have to pay for them. And so here's a quick video. It's about 2 or 3 minutes to explain why we have to use them in our research. Okay. It also has information about plagiarism, and then also how to cite in MLA format. If you're not sure with that, there are some tips and some links there. So, but what we're going to focus on is this using general literary criticism research. And we're going to go ahead and click and go into a database. So I'm a little biased in that I don't start with the literature databases. I'm sorry. I always start with these multi-subject databases because I'm a little lazy and I don't like to look very hard. So the first thing I do, my favorite or my first kind of one that I always check is Academic Search Complete. And so you have to click on that, and it's going to bring you to this page. Now you have to remember that you have to be signed in to your MyTCC account in order to have access to this. So it's not just free access, okay? So if you're looking at the annotated bib notes and questions that I posted, one of the things that it said to do first is search your story and the author. So off the top of my head, I'm just gonna search the story of an hour. So if you type the story of an hour, and then here's another tip: you want to use the word "and," so it will search more than one thing. So you're going to use the author, which is Kate Chopin. And so I know that you noticed as I was typing in the story of an hour that some suggested search terms comes up. I typically don't use them because sometimes they can lead you down a path that you're not trying to go down. So I always just type in the author and then the title of the story first. And then you'll see once you do that, there's going to be a lot of information that's going to come up about her. And it may or may not be related to what you're writing about. So once you get here and you see a source that looks interesting to you, and how do you know if it's interesting to you? So you first read the title, but beware because titles can be misleading, okay? But if you click on it, it's going to take you to the article. Over here on the left, it tells you what type of source it is, and then many times it'll have the PDF version available. So before I start downloading, I always just click on the title, because the title sounds good, sometimes it is not the best, okay? So here you see the article, and this is where you would skim it at, and you will look at, try to find the thesis statement, and then also look to see if it's generally what you're writing about. So my rule is always scan the first 2 or 3 pages, and then the last 2 or 3 pages, okay? So if you decide, yes, this is an article that I love, if you look over here on the side, it's going to have some options for you. So one of them is the email button, and then another one is the citation button. So if you click email, it's going to prompt you to email the article to. Sorry about that, y'all. We're having technical difficulties. And so over here, you can email it in MLA format. And so it also sends you the citation for it. And then by the same token, if you just click cite, you can scroll down until you see MLA, and then this will be the citation that you copy and paste for your works cited page or for your annotated bib. Okay. So if that doesn't work, you're going to do a new search. And instead of the story of an hour in Kate Copeland, you can also search women and Kate Copeland, and then that'll give you any articles that's written about this author, and then also the subject of women. And so you see we have a different kind of variety of sources. Okay. And so I want to show you one more database, because basically all databases do the same thing. They just all look a little different. So let's click on the Literary Reference Center. And please let me know if you like these kind of videos, because if you do, I can make more if it's very helpful. Okay, so another one we can do is, let's do August Wilson. He's another author. And racism. And we're going to search. And you notice this database looks a little bit different than the last database. And that's okay. So they all do the same thing. The search functions work in the same way. Okay. So here it's giving us this book, or it's given, rather, these are different titles of his plays. And so we're not really looking for that. So on this side over here, we're going to click scholarly or peer-reviewed, because we don't want the full text, but we do want to know what people are writing about it. Okay. So here we get 3 sources, and sometimes that happens. So if we only find 3, here's a trick. So if you click on this title, this page is going to come up where it gives you more information about the author. And so what we can do is look up other search terms. We can click on those. We can also read the abstract to see if it's helpful. And then if none of that works, we can actually click on the full PDF of the source, and we're going to look at their works cited page, because sometimes other works cited pages could clue us in on some different sources that we didn't otherwise think about. Okay, so here we can see if one of these stands out to us, and then we can also go and look those up. Okay, and let's see if we can do one more. So another one is JSTOR. And JSTOR is, in my opinion, it's not as sleek as the other ones, but typically you find good stuff. So if we look up Flannery O'Connor, let's just look up the author. And let's see what happens. Okay, so we looked this one up. We got quite a few results. And so just remember that the more search terms that you search, the less results you'll get. So if you leave it a little more vague, it's going to take a little while to kind of find what you're looking for, but you'll get more results. And we can always limit the results more just by adding words. So if we say Flannery O'Connor and women, let's see what we get. See, now we have 70. So just remember that. I always start really broad and general and then narrow it down. Okay, so you have some different stuff that's written by her. And as you can see, this one looks a little bit different. But if we click on it, it's going to provide similar information as the last ones. So here's the article here. And if you want to download it, you can download it. You can share it to yourself via email. And then on the side over here, it has some more of that publication information. And it also has a button to cite it. So the cool thing about databases is that it always gives you the MLA citation. The bad thing is sometimes you have to go in and check the capitalization. So I really hope this quick video helped explain like what to do when you actually get into the databases. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to visit the library. The librarians are really good at helping us to find sources, and also myself can be a good resource for finding sources if you can't find any. So the rule is, if you search for 2 days straight and you can't find anything, then go and reach out for help, because sometimes that means you need different keywords, or even need to just approach the search from a different angle. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and talk to you next time.